Aloha, my name is Annika Brewer from Hawaii Technology Academy, and I'm here with Senator Sherry Moriwaki. Senator Moriwaki, what is your goals for this coming 2023?
Well, I think I've been in office now for 2 terms, so this is my second. And my goals are the same: to end homeless, to have affordable housing, to address sea level rise and climate change. And my district spans from Waikiki to Kaka'ako and a bit of Makali. So it's really helping the people in a very diverse district to help them have a better place to live.
That's so awesome. And how do you want to achieve those goals?
So I am the committee chair of the Senate Labor and Technology Committee. So I would like to keep people like you here in Hawaii. So a lot of what I'm doing is working on workforce development. That means getting jobs for people so you stay here, and developing the industry so we have that to house you, like technology and healthcare, all really important for our not only our district, but our state. So I'm working on those things. I'm also looking at getting some of you to like public service, so to come into state government. So we're also trying to reform the way we hire. Right now, it takes 6 months for people to get hired. So we're looking at maybe getting internships from the high schools and then moving them into to jobs in the state. And they might like working for the state. And then we can move them into jobs in the state and then go up, and get a career in serving the public.
Wow, that's wonderful. And you also mentioned earlier about fixing affordable housing. I know Hawaii is very expensive, so I was wondering what are the changes that you may want to make that happen?
So last session was a really banner year for affordable housing. We put a lot of money, like you might have heard in the news, the $600 million to the Department of Hawaiian Homelands for them to build for the Native Hawaiians. It's like 28,000 are on the wait list. So pulling them off and getting them housing, then that would reduce the numbers who want housing elsewhere. We also stopped working with the city, short-term rentals. These are people come here for 3 weeks, 1 month, 1 day, and they're paying people a lot. So stopping that, and you don't have short-term rentals, and you have more stock in the housing, so we have more rentals that are available. And we also are putting money into what's called the rent supplement program to help people so that we can help them stay off streets and stay in their homes, and so we can reduce the homeless numbers.
That is so wonderful. Thank you so much, Senator, for being here and talking with us today.
Okay, thank you.
This is Annika Brewer reporting from the state capitol.
Aloha, I'm Kiara Hay from Hawaii Technology Academy, and I'm here with Senator Brandon Elefante. Senator, I know you've been working in the City Council, and I want to know, how do you plan to apply the knowledge that you've gotten from the experience to this upcoming legislative session?
Yeah, so I'm really grateful for all the years that I was able to serve at the Honolulu City Council for 8 years. Unfortunately, due to term limits, I had to choose to run for a different seat, so I'm very grateful to be here in the Hawaii State Senate. All that years of experience at the City Council has really taught me how to be a good listener, to advocate for my community, and also really hone in on policy issues, which is the heartbeat of what we do as policymakers. And so that experience in working with people and my colleagues has trained me for being here today.
Hey, thank you. And we also want to know, what are your goals for 2023?
Well, my goal is just to do an amazing job to serving the constituents of Senate District 16, which is Aiea, Pro City, and Halawa, and also to ensuring the Senate majority came out with their priorities. One of that is affordable housing, climate change. I hear a lot about crime and safety in the community. We also talk about managed tourism as we come in. How do we still also keep federal dollars and balance our budget as we go forward? But also keeping those principles that are near and dear to us. As you folks, being of the next generation of leaders, it's important that we develop sound policies.
Okay. And how do you plan on achieving those goals for 2023?
Achieving those goals first starts off with coming up with the idea, drafting legislation, working with my fellow colleagues in the Senate and the House and the administration as well, and the community to see how we can advocate to get policies or bills passed or get funding for certain initiatives or programs, whether it's in schools, whether it's in housing, whether it's in lands. So it takes an all hands on deck approach. And it's not going to be easy. We have 60 days. This is day one of our legislative session. But I look forward to working with all the stakeholders involved who are really passionate about the certain issues that they really care for.
Okay, thank you. And thank you, Senator, for your time. This is Kiara Haid reporting from the Capitol.
Aloha, my name is Kylie Chavez from Pearl City High School. Today I'm here at the Capitol with Representative Takayama. Thank you so much for being here today.
Well, thank you all for being here. You know, this is an exciting day. It's opening day of the legislature 2023, and there are lots of new things on the horizon, many challenges, and so I'm looking forward to a great session.
Thank you. Representative Takayama, what are some issues facing senior citizens in Pearl City?
Well, senior citizens are like senior citizens all throughout the state of Hawaii. Cost of living is really a big issue for all of us, and particularly so because, you know, seniors usually have a fixed income, whether it's Social Security, retirement, whatever pensions they might have. And the cost of living is going up every day. And we see it in our grocery stores, cost of eggs, cost of meat, cost of bread. And so that's a challenge for seniors. So what we have to do as a government is try and reduce our spending as much as we can. Spend money where it's needed, where it's most useful, like on providing more doctors, providing more teachers to our young people, making sure that we're investing in the right places.
So what are some ways that students can be more involved in the legislature?
Well, you know, students don't think they have much of a say, but they have a tremendous amount of say. You know, us as legislators from Pearl City and everywhere else, you know, listen to students and parents and families in our districts. I don't hear enough from them. I don't hear enough from you as students. I don't hear enough from you, your families and your parents and your loved ones. We want to know what are the issues. For example, at Pearl City High School, I just met with your principal, and Mr. Halfman told me that one of the big challenges you have is air conditioning. Not just air conditioners, but providing the electrical upgrades, because if you plug in an air conditioner and your system's overloaded, you're going to shut down the whole system, blow fuses and everything else. So step number one is we need to upgrade your electrical system so it can accommodate things like air conditioning, things like TV cameras and monitors and computers. That's number one on our priority list. We're going to be asking the legislature for more money to do so. Every school, in fact, in the district has similar problems, but that's number one for Pearl City High School.
So what is the role that the legislature plays in shaping Hawaii's education system?
Well, you know, we're the body that provides funds for education. Once we provide funds to the DOE, it splits it according to schools, according to, it's called the weighted student formula, which sends money per student to each high school, intermediate school, and elementary school throughout the state. And so it's based on that money is apportioned. But number one is we get an adequate amount of funds to the Department of Education so it can distribute it, you know, in a way that provides enough money for resources to every school and has enough money to pay our teachers a good salary so they don't leave or they don't retire.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for being here.
This has been Kylie Chavez reporting from the Capitol.
Aloha, I'm Althea Rasay from Maipaha Intermediate, and I'm here with Senator Aquino. Senator Aquino, what are your goals for this season?
Well, you know, it's just such a nice time that we're welcoming everyone back here to the Capitol. It's the first time since 2020 that we were able to really have, you know, people come here wide open so that everyone can be a part of the process and really, you know, celebrate the very first day of our session this year. So, you know, for me this year, I want to focus on really helping out our middle-class families, our working families here in Hawaii, There's a number of tax credits that we're looking that will ultimately support some of our families who are working, and working hard and, with their daily lives and making sure that they have the support they need, because a lot of households throughout our whole state, they're living paycheck to paycheck, and we really want to provide some sort of level of support to help them.
Could you talk more about what happened in 2020?
Well, obviously, I think we all experienced the pandemic. It was such a big disrupting public health, public safety issue of our times. And, we tried our best, I think, as a state government, as a community as a whole, to address and try to live and to protect ourselves and to live with this disease, this pandemic that still continues, maybe not on the same level that it has over the last several years, but we're seeing some of the impacts of that, and we're trying to get back up, supporting our local economy and making sure that our community, our state as a whole, have the resources that they need from the state side.
Why did you want to become a senator?
Well, after spending 14 years in the state house, there was an opportunity to run for the state senate last year with the retirement of longtime Senator Clarence Nishihara, who had spent about 18 years of his life, supporting the communities of Waipahu and Pearl City. And, that was an opportunity I felt that I could, bring my service, my public service, to a much bigger arena. Previously, in the 14 years, here in the legislature, 14 years in the state house, I was supporting and representing the Waipahu area. So now the Senate district includes Waipahu, Pearl City, and portions of Ewa, including Ho'opili, which is a thriving, growing community, as well as West Loch Estates and Honouliuli. So I'm proud of the opportunity to serve, and I look forward to serving everyone in this district and the state.
Thank you, Senator Aquino, for your time.
Thank you very much.
I'm Othea Rasay, reporting from the Capitol.
Aloha, my name is Yuhan Malaki from Waipahu Intermediate. Today, we are here with Senator Kidani. Senator Kidani, can you still see the impact of COVID in our schools?
Thank you for being here, Johan. Yes, I can. And actually, it's not just the effects of COVID itself, but I see that the children are not as ready for school as they used to be. They have some maybe mental health issues by not having been around friends, not being in the classroom. So we have some work to catch up on.
How can you improve the goal of high achievement for our every student?
I think we need to focus on getting back to at least where we were before the pandemic, and to make sure that they're not losing time in their classroom. Some of them were not very good at Zooming. So being back in the classroom should help, and those that need extra help should ask for extra help.
What do you expect for our schools in the next year?
That's a tough question. I know that it's going to be just tough trying to catch up, but I'm just hoping that with the extra help we can get there and be back on track.
Thank you for your time here.
Sure.
My name is Yuhan Malaki here at the Capitol.
Aloha, my name is Riley Wajtala from Hawaii Technology Academy, and I'm here with Senator Kurt Favela. Kurt, one question I have for you is about the Haubush sewage spills. Do you have any information on that? Maybe any plans to take action?
Well, we're going to take action, definitely, because our water quality, I worked with Carol Cox in the past, and he had gotten the information that it was seeping for years, not days, not months, but we have city and county environmental person for it as environmentalist that works at the city and county that she did not know what she was doing. I don't want to mention her name. She's at rail now. So the bottom line is she had no clue, and she couldn't run that, and now she's going to run rail. So we have to investigate very, very much so. But let me tell you a little bit about the quality of the water there. The problem we're having over there, because you surf there, to let you know, we had big waves back in the day over my head. so over 6 feet. The problem is when they put the reef runway, which I was talking in one of the budget hearings, to investigate the reef runway that takes away our natural flow, our sand, and our whole limo and all that other stuff that would clean out our ocean to make Homebush a little bit more cooler and maybe a little bit more cleaner to surf. But because of that reef runway and the pollution coming from the treatment plant, that's the problem we had in the water quality. So that's the only thing that I have to do right now. But I'm gonna bring this up in a bill or a resolution because we cannot tell the city what to do as state, even though we give them money. We can only request that do a further investigation to give us an actual data of what is the water quality at Homebush, and we can give that to you guys.
Awesome. Sounds good. I like that plan. Anything else you have set for the term, combining water and land?
Well, I have one for land. For have no more landfills in the state of Hawaii, to do away with it, because we're always having problems. It's not in my backyard, but it always ends up in our backyard in Ewa Beach. So the bottom line is this: I have this bill that's going to be coming out. It's called Waste to Energy, clean, efficient, low emissions, and we don't know why Hawaii never ever had this. This thing been around for a while. We're gonna be able to burn all the rubbish, everything, tires, everything, and even the ash. Turn the ash that goes into metal, whatever we cannot do, we'll put it into concrete or construction to get all the waste done. The emissions will pretty much be zero coming out of this treatment plant, and is nowhere near, excuse me, it's not a treatment plant, nowhere near H-Power. H-Power is limited in what they can burn. So how are we gonna protect the Aina? How are we gonna protect the land? Is to stop having landfills. Clean our water because our watersheds are being polluted by landfills. So how are we going to do this? Is waste to energy. And I really would want you guys, especially anybody else that's listening out there, to support this bill when it comes up for a hearing here at the Senate. And that's something that's going to help with land and water.
Awesome. That sounds great. I feel like you really have a strong term going for you this year. Yeah.
I do.
Yep.
Yes.
Any other comments you want to say to your community?
Thank you for giving me the time to talk to you guys. And like I said, continue you guys' good works. You know, you guys got to continue to go forward because you guys are the future. Right on.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you. This is Riley Watchtala reporting from the Capitol.
Aloha, my name is Yuhan Malaki from Waipahu Intermediate. Today, we are here with Representative Lamasau from District 36. Representative Lamasau, what are some reasons that you became a representative?
Thank you for having me. So I became a representative because I really believe in the future. And like you folks that are doing this interview today, I really want a bright future for you folks and for my son. So that's why I'm here today as a representative.
Have any problems recently occurred?
We always have been talking about the cost of living for our families so that we can raise our families. So we want to look at paid family leave so that our hanas can take care of their sick family members and also raise their children. We can also look at maybe some of our tax credits, expanding them so that families can also have more money in their pocket and so that they can raise their families with enough resources.
Thank you for your time here, Representative Lamasau. I'm Yuhan Malaki at the Capitol.
Thank you.
Aloha, I'm Tamar Wachi from Hawaii Technology Academy reporting at the Capitol. Today I'm here with Assistant Minority Floor Leader Elijah Perrick of House District 39. Good morning.
Good morning, aloha.
So this is your very first session in office. What are your goals for the upcoming legislative session?
My goals are to implement the feedback I received in going door to door to over 8,000 homes this last year, and their feedback was to decrease crime, decrease traffic, lower taxes, and improve the economy.
And how do you plan to achieve those goals?
With decreasing crime, working with HPD to recruit and retain more police officers, to have more police officers on the beats. For decreasing traffic, it's implementing legislation that incentivizes carpooling to decrease the amount of cars on the road. For helping the economy, it's introducing legislation that cuts taxes, eliminates taxes, and makes it more affordable to live in Hawaii.
And how do you think those changes will immediately affect the people of your district?
They'll be able to drive faster to work. They'll be able to walk their neighborhoods with a higher sense of serenity, knowing that their kids are safe, and they'll have more money in their pockets.
Thank you so much. So now we know a little bit more about your goals, but we don't know that much about you. I'm from your district, and I just have to ask, what's your favorite restaurant in our area?
Jack in a Box.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with the community?
Just that I'm for the people. The preamble of our state constitution says that we affirm a government that is of the people, for the people, and by the people. That's not just words on a document. That's the way I'm wanting to serve our people. So that's what I want to convey to the people.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today.
Thank you. Aloha.
I'm Tamar Wachi, reporting from the Capitol.
Hello, I'm Ethan Kaneshiro from Waipahu Intermediate, and I'm here with Representative Corey Chun. How are you doing today, Mr. Corey Chun, or Representative?
Doing great, thanks, Ethan.
Thanks. I would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the next few steps to conquering Red Hill?
Well, I think the next steps really for the state is to just try to enforce the consent decree, and just to monitor the shutdown and how it progresses, and keeping tabs on everything the Navy does, just to make sure that when it's done carefully so that, we don't have any more leaks, because that's really what we're trying to avoid. And the last thing we want to do is, in the process of draining the tanks, we actually release even more petroleum.
That is true. Do you have maybe like a amount of time that you might be able to at least drain Red Hill? Maybe like a amount of years or something?
Well, so I think that the really dangerous part about Red Hill is that the facility is just so old, right? So when you're talking about something that was, 60 years old, sort of like if you've seen the pools outside of the Capitol, they used to have water in them, but over time, the waterproof sealant and membranes that hold the water break down, and it's just over time just things break down, and the pools were leaking. So similar to Red Hill, you want to do it safely, and that's really what the Navy is trying to do. Because like I said, the last thing we want to do is rupture it even more.
Okay, that's true. That's true. What about the tourism industry and how it's affecting the economy?
So I think where we're going, not just as a state, but also with counties, is to look at managing tourism. Because, on Oahu, we have about 1 million people who live here, but we have about 6 million tourists that come every year. So if you're thinking about, just how many people actually come every year, it's a lot of people. And so, when we look at our natural resources, right, it's all about managing, because you don't want to overtax our resources. So what we're seeing now is a push towards managed tourism. So like with Diamond Head and Hanauma Bay, where you limit the number of people that can utilize it, and also have them pay a fee so that that money can go into actually maintaining those places.
Interesting. Is there any ways to make our economy less in front of the tourism industry, or maybe like a different industry?
That's a good question, because that's something that I've always been thinking about, because we're eventually going to have to move away from tourism. We want to bring high-paying jobs so that young folks like you and even my kids can actually find a good-paying job and stay in Hawaii. So when we're looking at what are the growing industries right now, the two highest growing industries, or the ones that are bringing in the jobs, are media. So how we have a lot of movie productions, right? Magnum PI, Hawaii Five-0. We also have some movies that come in. A lot of that production brings in media jobs. Also, you have talent, and when they come here, they stay here and they spend money, because you have to actually live and work here. And the second biggest industry is healthcare, right? So we have a lack of doctors and nurses and a lot of healthcare personnel in our state, and that's really a challenge, because especially on the neighbor islands, folks can't get care there. They actually have to fly to Oahu to get the care they need. So having young folks through the University of Hawaii system get more engaged in wanting those careers, because the medical field does pay pretty well. I mean, nurses can make a decent wage, and also doctors. So if we can encourage more young people to get into their profession, because really it's all about protecting people and saving lives and keeping our state healthy. And so I would encourage you folks to think about, professions or going into those fields.
Because when you're talking about that, I was thinking maybe having our own version of Hollywood in Hawaii, because what you're talking about, how the film industry is very popular in Hawaii, it would make sense to have at least on one of the islands like something like Hollywood, but not too close, like our own version. And for the medical industry, I think we should also maybe have some more medical schools, if we could.
Yeah. So on the west side of Oahu, there with the University of West Oahu, they actually just opened up a media arts center. What they really want to do there is open up a soundstage. So what that is basically a giant warehouse where if you can't shoot outdoors and you need to be in an indoor setting, you can do your whole production in Hawaii. So you don't have to film in Hollywood and then come here for the scenery shots. You can do everything here. And so that's one of the goals, is to try to have these facilities that will attract a lot of the the big productions to come here and do business in Hawaii.
Okay, I think that's all the questions I got. Thank you for being patient with me, and thank you for your time. This is Ethan from the Capitol.
Aloha, I'm Axel Carter and I am here with Representative Morikawa. Is it okay if I ask you a couple questions today?
Of course.
Okay, so I saw when doing research that you were a part of the Red Hill Committee, and I was wondering how you would support your chair and vice chair on getting the situation rolling and getting it started.
Thank you for that question. I'm actually not on the committee, but because I am the majority floor leader, I am considered to be part of leadership in the House. So because of that, we get involved with that committee to make sure that we address whatever issues come out of it. And I think as far as that committee is concerned, we have to take it very seriously, because this is a very bad situation, and we need, in Hawaii, we depend so much on our water, and we need to make sure that we can keep it safe for the community.
So I see that you are very caring for the island and the water, and I see that it's very important to you. And I was just wondering if you could go into depth a little bit more with that.
Well, my island is the island of Kauai. So we have Mount Waialeale, which gives a whole lot of water to our island. But we're a small island, so we depend, like any other island, in the filtration of the water from the top to the bottom. And we know that our water from the rain does get filtered through the mountain and will come out on the bottom in springs, right? So we have to watch to be careful what we put into the water before it gets down to us. So there's a lot of initiatives going through right now as far as how to make sure that we can maintain clean water.
See, I only went as far as seeing the Red Hill, the Veterans and Military Committee, but are there any committees that you are a part of that you are trying to support or get started?
Well, I'm still on the Water Land Committee, so that's going to be the committee that takes care of some of those issues. And also on the Finance Committee, which most of the legislation that comes through that needs to be funded will come to. So I think being in those positions allows me to ask the questions and to make sure that whatever policies we adopt are good, and it will actually be good for future generations. I think that's our focus, is to make sure that you guys, you young people, have a safe place to live in.
Thank you for your time today, and thank you for letting me ask you some questions. I really appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you so much, Axel, for stopping by.
My name is Jaslyn Carvalho, and I'm interviewing Senator Kouchi at the state capitol. Hello, Senator.
Hello to all of the Olelo viewers.
It's fine that I ask you a few questions today.
Oh, sure, you can ask me any question you want to.
Okay, so what are your goals for this session today?
Well, among the primary goals are to work in kindergarten through 12th grade and try to make up for the learning loss during COVID. We are working to get universal pre-K so that students who go to pre-K usually have better academic outcomes. It also will help parents with the cost of childcare if we have pre-K options available for them that they can afford. We continue to work on homelessness. Affordable housing is a critical issue, and we are looking at how can we get relief to those in the income categories that are challenged and are living paycheck to paycheck today.
And how are you planning on making up for all that school time from pre-K to 12th grade during COVID?
Well, the most important thing I think we can do is train teachers to be able to teach in distant platforms. And so while we had devices and connectivity, teachers were not trained to present instruction that way. We need to train students how to learn in a different way we're so used to in classroom settings. The other thing that creates an interesting opportunity, if we have some of the connectivity and devices available, we can teach a broader array of subjects, and all of a sudden you could have 5 students from Kauai, 5 students from Oahu, 5 from Maui, 5 from the Big Island who were interested in learning Mandarin. There wouldn't have been enough at their school, but by using the digital platform statewide, you could offer, a subject that normally they wouldn't have. And, for the pre-K, it's getting more classrooms built, getting teachers trained in pre-K. And back to K through 12, we need to get housing that teachers can afford. We have a difficulty in recruiting and retaining teachers because of the high cost of housing. I think delivering more affordable housing options, and not just to teachers, but employees in general, would really have a positive outcome in having more qualified teachers available to help our students.
Okay. Thank you for letting me interview you today.
Aloha, my name is Jared Pekariam from Lalahua High School, and welcome to the Youth Capital Commentary. I'm here with Representative Lauren Matsumoto of District 38. I would like to ask you about what your plans are to try to reduce Hawaii's high cost of living.
The cost of living is one of the most important issues, I think, facing our state. And so one of the things that we propose to do is to eliminate tax on food and medical services. Those are things that people need in their day-to-day lives. And this isn't a revolutionary idea. There's so many states in our nation that already do this. And the time to do it in Hawaii is now. And even further, proposing to eliminate the income tax. And so for the average household, that would be $15,000 back in their pockets. And that's something that's really life-changing. And so it's something that I think the legislature can do now.
Another question that I do have is going back to what you said about housing. We don't really have a lot of housing for a lot of our homeless. So what are your plans to do about the homeless?
So I think it's a multi-pronged issue, right? We're looking at the underlying problems of cost of living. What is our supply of housing? Also, people struggle with being able to get a down payment. So really looking into down payment assistance to move towards home ownership. But mental health is also a really important component, as well as looking at crime and drug use. And so I think it's such a difficult issue to just say there's one solution. It really is a multi-pronged problem.
Well, I would like to thank you for your time, Representative Matsumoto. Do you have any last-minute comments and questions that you would like to give to our community?
I am so blessed to serve the district where not only I was born and raised, but my parents and my grandparents and my great-grandparents, and it's where I'm raising my kids now. And so I remember that every day that I'm here at the legislature, and that's what makes this job so important and so special.
Thank you again for your time. My name is Jared Pekariam from Lalahua High School, and I'm here with Representative Matsumoto.
Hello, my name is Chloe Martinez, and I'm at the state capitol with Amy Peruso, and I have a few questions for you today.
Sure, what would you like to ask?
What are you looking forward to doing this session?
This session, I am the new chair of the Committee on Higher Education in the House. So I'm really excited about that because I want to make sure we have free college for all the kids who want to go to a four-year college. Right now we have a program called the Hawaii Promise Program that allows for free college or the last dollar necessary for two-year degrees, and I want to make it extend it so that's for four-year degrees because I have a lot of young people in my community who can't afford to go to college, and I want to make it so that everybody can afford to go to college because it's the most important basic pathway to economic opportunity. Because we have an agricultural community, Wahiawa District 46, my district goes all the way from Waipio Acres out to Kaena Point. So a lot of agricultural land and concerns, problems. So we have a lot of bills this session about addressing the use of pesticides and looking at trying to limit the use of pesticides so that we don't damage public health, and also encouraging sustainable agriculture. So helping our farmers because we know that we can really move our whole economic system if we can diversify our economy and make agriculture a sustainable kind of economic pathway for people. So I really want to make it so that it's something that beautiful that young people can get into and not feel bad about the impact they're having on the planet.
I also heard that you work with the Wahiawa community.
I do, and that's where I live, and I love that community. So I think what I love most about it is the culture of the place. And it's basically like this culture of civility and decency and kindness. And I think that if you folks go to Kamalani, you know that there's kind of expectations around how people treat each other. And there's a real emphasis on mutual respect. And I think, we are still working on making sure our young people understand that. But I think the community as a whole really places a high emphasis on just love, aloha.
We love the culture about Wahiawa.
Mm-hmm. So originally, Wahiawa is actually part of this larger district called Kukani Loko, which is the birthplace of the Ali'i and has really deep historical significance. And I think that it has changed over time, right? And as it's changed over time, and with the just kind of layers of history that we've gone through, and the community has changed over time, I think that what's remained constant is that it's basically a working class community. It's very diverse, very culturally diverse, and it's a place where people are trying to raise their kids and take care of their parents and trying to get it all done and just kind of struggling, but also taking care of each other first. In Wahiawa, people just give everybody else everything they have. I mean, that's basically the way I've experienced that place. So yeah, I think that's what I meant by culture.
Thank you for answering all my questions today.
My pleasure. Anytime.
Aloha, I'm Andrew Toker, and I'm here with Representative Micah Ayu. Senator Ayu, I just want to ask, what are your goals for the next legislative session?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I currently sit on the Finance Committee, the Housing Committee, and the Transportation Committee. And this legislative session, we're really focused on housing and affordable housing and making sure that we can streamline paths for people to afford housing in the state. And I think anything that's kind of related to getting people more money for housing is something that we're definitely focused on and we really care about, and it's probably going to really help the state.
Awesome. What do you think are some of your next steps after you complete that goal?
I don't think that's a short-term goal. I think we're looking at a long-term goal, and it really involves solving some issues with construction and solving some issues with state funding and really putting a lot of pieces together. When you think about housing, it's not just, the infrastructure itself, but it's the state building code, it's a landlord-tenant code. There's so many hurdles that people have to overcome to get housing. And so it's definitely not a goal that, in the legislative session we're going to be done and we've solved housing. It's something that we're looking for the long-term future and trying to come up with, long-term solutions for this problem.
Awesome. So what are some hopes for your community in the next year?
Yeah, my community is so important to me. I grew up in Wanalua, and that's part of the district I represent, and I just want to be responsive to them and solve problems for them and allow them to interact with government in a way that they haven't before or may not feel comfortable with. So I just want to be responsive to my constituents because they voted to elect me here, and they're just so important to me, and I'm so grateful that they gave me the opportunity to serve for them.
All right. Do you have any messages to your community?
Yeah, definitely. My message to the community and especially young people is to get involved in government. I never thought that, I would be standing here, and I really want to encourage young people and people my age to get involved in the process, run for office, serve in an elected position like this or serve in an office, because it's a life-changing experience and you really affect people's lives.
All right. Thank you so much, Representative Ayo, for your time. This is Andrew Toker signing out from the Capitol.
Aloha, I'm Isabella Na from Hawaii Technology Academy, and today I'm here with Representative David Alkos. How are you doing today, Representative?
I'm doing awesome. How about you?
I'm doing great myself. So why did you want to become a representative?
I want to see this place to become a better state, to serve our community, to build infrastructures for our kids, our families, and to, it was my passion that I learned from my parents and my grandfather to serve and to love and to share and to give back. And so that's what we're doing right now, and I think it's time to do it more for the state.
Well, that's amazing. So what are your goals for this session?
My goal for the session is to, again, bring more infrastructure to Ewa Beach community as well as for our state. Also, our goal is to unite and bring the community together and strong, and also to see the future for our keikis and build what is neglect for them and see them flourish in the future.
Well, mahalo, Representative. I'm Isabella Na, reporting from the Capitol.
I'm M.I. Wohi from Hawaii Technology Academy, and I'm here with Representative Rose Martinez. Now, Representative, what are your plans for your term this year?
Well, actually, I have started with my plans. I've already been working with my CIPs in the schools. So one of my priorities will be the improvement of the school, especially in Ewa Beach. One of the schools in Ewa Beach, which is James Campbell High School, is the densest, the most populated school. So one of the long goal for that would be to build another high school. And actually, one of the schools also there, which is Holomua Elementary School, they have the most students. They have 1,100 students. So they're doing the track system. So maybe we can do a better system. We can help them to do a better system. I know they're doing great right now, but maybe if we could improve, so they don't have to do a track system, there will be a normal school system for them, and it will be better schedule for the students and also for the parents, and of course a better learning experiences for the students. And actually now I'm working with care home operators because I know they are the backbones of our healthcare system right now in the state of Hawaii. So I'm working with them so they can have a better working conditions and of course high pay. And the other thing also is with HSTA, I know they have actually express their issue about affordable housing because with the low pay that they have, although they have a little increase this the past year, it's still not commensurate to what they do. So I'm gonna be working with the HSTA so that we can provide affordable housing for the teachers, so we can keep them. I know we have shortage of teachers in the state of Hawaii, and if we can solve one of that issues, maybe we can keep most of our teachers to stay here in the state of Hawaii. So far, those are the main priorities that I have. I know there's more that I have in mind. I have plans, and that would be coming out soon.
Thank you for that. Is there any other jobs you plan on focusing for your term other than health and education?
Let me see. Well, I'm the vice chair of culture and arts, and international affairs. So I think we need to work hand in hand with them also to educate our people about the culture and arts in our community. What's the labor also? I'm also with the committee of labor, so I would work hard with our government employees also, and of course our laborers, so they would have a better working conditions. And of course, we need our laborers because they are the sources of our revenues in the state of Hawaii. So, and they are actually the middle class working people. So we need to support them so we'll have a better economy in the state of Hawaii.
Well, thank you so much for that, Representative Martinez. I'm M.I. Wohi reporting here from the Capitol. I'm M.I. Wohi from Hawaii Technology Academy reporting here from the Capitol, and I'm here with
Coelho from Sunrun.
So what brings you here today?
Sunrun is just a sponsor for this Ku'i at the Capitol, and we're here to just promote renewable energy and I just want to promote renewable energy.
That's interesting. Thank you for letting us interview you today.
For sure.
Aloha, my name is Anna Cabrera from Hawaii Technology Academy, and I'm here with Jalen Rabago. So, Jalen Rabago, what brings you here today?
What brings me here today is my school and, the want to become closer with my culture, because growing up, I didn't have that connection. So being here today is really special for me because I finally get to have that opportunity.
Well, thank you so much for doing this interview with us.
Aloha, I'm Tamar Wachi with Hawaii Technology Academy reporting from the Capitol. Today I'm here with
Mark White.
Hi. So what brings you here today?
Well, I'm with Convention of States here in Hawaii, and we're proud to be here to announce our support for Convention of States. We're hoping to talk to some legislators about supporting our initiative that drives power back from Washington back to the states. And that's what it's all about.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for spending the time to talk with us today.
Thank you.
This is Tamar Wachi reporting from the Capitol.
Aloha, my name is Riley Wachitala, and I'm here at the Capitol with
Rachel Logan with Moms Demand Action.
And Rachel, what are you doing here today?
We're here today to support the mayor's bill for the sensitive places regarding open and concealed carry in the public. We support the Second Amendment right to bear arms, but we don't feel the guns should be everywhere in our modern society. Schools, parks, places children play, where alcohol is sold and served. So there are some areas that we would like to have zoned off as gun-free.
I agree with that. You guys are really making a difference. Thank you. This is Riley reporting from the Capitol.
Aloha, I'm Kiara Hay from Hawaii Technology Academy, reporting from the Capitol. And today I'm here with
John.
Tierson.
and we were wondering, what brings you to the Capitol today?
It's the first of this many. We're really out here. Our teacher bring us out here. It's a cultural thing for him, so he wanted us to experience this for the first time because most of us have not been here yet. So, yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, here for my program, Kupu. This is my first time founding Kalo. Yeah. And have a good time.
Okay, thank you. Aloha, I'm Tamar Wachi from Hawaii Technology Academy, reporting from the Capitol. Today I'm here with
Hulali Patak.
Anuhea McDougall. And where are you guys from?
I am a ko me ke kula o halau kumana. I am awa ma ka papa lo'i o no ka papa umi kumakahi.
I attend Halau Kumana. I currently reside in Papakolea and I am from Pololo.
What brings you guys here today?
Ike yala. I am a ko ma'ane I e ho mana o ina po'e Hawaii a me na kalahui a me na po'e o keia honua that mauno ko Hawaii Mauno ko Hawaii a e mawana no ko Hawaii ea a kuoko'a.
So, when we come here to Ku'i at the Capitol, it's to attain equitable funding because for every charter school student, we only get 60% of what one DOE student gets. So it is to bring light to more charter schools, but the bigger picture would be to remind people that we are still here and we still Ku'i at the Capitol and we still do these things for our sovereignty.
Thank you so much for talking with me today. I'm Tamar Wachi, reporting from the Capitol. Aloha, I'm Tamar Wachi from Hawaii Technology Academy, reporting at the Capitol. Today I'm here with
Mark Miyashiro, otherwise known as Shlomo.
Hi, so what brings you here today?
My son-in-law is a senator, Senator Jared Keahokalole. Yes. And he invited me to come here and, of course, have a great time.
Thank you so much, and props for supporting your son.
Yes. Yes.
I'm Tamar Wachi, reporting from the Capitol.
Hello, I am Ethan Connoisseur from Youth Commentary, and I have this. What's your name again?
Brandon Greer.
Brandon here with an interview. So, what are you doing here, my guy?
Oh, I'm out here supporting some of my favorite organizations and some of the most inspiring hamas I can think of on the entire planet.
Nice. Do you have any names that you can tell us?
I'm sure. There's an amazing organization called Hui Aloha Aina Mamona, and they've been coming here to Ku'i at the Capitol since 2011. Really bring a remembrance of how important Haloa and Kalo is, and why it should definitely be a part of our lives if we're living here in Hawaii. Yeah.
You're right. And you also told me you're a part-time farmer. Please tell the audience a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I stay in the back roads of Kahalu, and since I've been there the past 3 years or so, I was up on North Shore before. Yeah, I've just really been able to connect to some beautiful farmers in the community. A few of my favorite music artists here on the island are farmers as well, and I think in order to aloha aina, one of the most important things you can do is know who your favorite local farmer is and get out and support them as much as you can every day, whether it be getting food and produce from them or getting your hands in the dirt and helping them harvest. And
that's true. You always got to help out and stuff like that. And I think that's all the questions I got. You got any last words?
No, just super happy to be here. Blessings and aloha to everybody. And yeah, it's been a powerful day. Powerful day, I think, for everybody here at the Capitol.
Thank you, my guy. Ethan Kaneshiro from the Capitol.
Aloha, my name is Yuhan Malaki from Waipahu Intermediate. Today, we're here with Miss Kele. Miss Kele, why are you here at the Capitol today?
Hey, nice meeting you and thank you for your question. Well, I'm at the Capitol to see everyone else coming out. Yesterday, we were at the Iolani Palace to see what was happening 130 years after the overthrow. And then It was put in my kuleana to be able to share this information with everybody upstairs in the buildings. And so to be able to share the truth about Hawaii and the occupation and what we have to do right now in the war so that all of us can be free, just like you, Kiki.
Thank you for your time here.
Yes.
My name is Yuhan Malaki here at the Capitol.
Aloha.
Aloha, my name is Kylie Chavez from Pearl City High School. Today I'm here reporting at the Capitol with
Gene Tamashiro.
So Gene, why are you here at the Capitol today?
Thank you very much. Well, I'm Gene Tamashiro. I'm a Hawaiian national in full process of abjuration and renunciation from the occupying corporation. That's a mouthful. But basically what I'm saying is that as of yesterday, January 17th, 2023, it's been 130 years of United States military and corporate occupation. And I'm kind of interested and surprised that you told me you didn't know that's what's going on.
Yes, I did not know.
Okay. Well, when I was going to school and I was learning about who I was, where I was, and what's the actual law, they never told us that too. But we learned that January 17th of 1893, 130 years ago, they kidnapped our queen. They arrested her. It was an act of war. And then the U.S. military moved on into Hawaii. And because there is no treaty of annexation, it's actually a military occupation. And there are great implications for that. If you have a military occupation, which is Hawaii's true status right now, we're actually in a state of war. Now, luckily, there's not bullets flying all over the place, but it is a state of war, and we are moving towards a treaty of peace. So we can restore Hawaiian Kingdom law and true title, Hawaiian Kingdom true title.
Thank you. This has been Kylie Chavez here reporting from the Capitol.